Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I don't really know how to follow your own thought from a teacher other than disagreeing fundamentally with everything he just said. May I put on record my thanks to the hard-working teachers, head teachers, and more importantly, the support staff of Bury South for their tireless efforts in keeping going during what has been the most difficult year they will ever have faced. One of the greatest tragedies of this pandemic is its impact on our children. Millions of young people lost months of face-to-face schooling, missing out on their education and the social interaction that is so crucial to their development. Unlike the party opposite, throughout the pandemic, this Conservative government made it our ambition to see the safe return of students back in the classroom where they belong. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I have said time and time again that for me, levelling up is about education and improving the social mobility of our young people, ensuring every child has the access to a good quality education as we recover from this pandemic. This will be essential if we are to deliver on our commitment to level up Britain. That is why, as part of our long-term education recovery plan, we have so far invested over £3 billion focusing on high-quality tutoring, great teaching.
On tutoring.
I'm more than happy to give
thank you. Does he agree with me that the important part of tutoring is to target at the most disadvantaged children, the children who have suffered the most during this pandemic?
I thank my honourable friend for that intervention. It's almost as if he's read my speech already. However, I do also want to pay tribute to the fantastic work that the Tutor Trust have been doing, especially considering that they're based from my constituency, in being able to get graduates out there teaching in a subject they specialise in. This is what we actually need to focus on. And may I make a subtle plug to the Minister to hopefully have a meeting with me and the Tutor Trust to see what we can do in further years moving forward. On the topic of tutoring, like I said, education is at the heart of our ambition to level up, and as we make sure all children, whatever their background, have a world-class education that sets them up for a happy and successful life. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I know from speaking to head teachers at St Monica's and Paramthorn in Prestwich, and from the work I've been doing on the Select Committee, that more needs to be done to help disadvantaged students who have been hit the hardest by this pandemic. So I welcome the government has listened and is taking action to make up for lost time in the classroom by committing £1 billion for the National Tutoring Programme. This will deliver 6 million 15-hour tutoring courses for disadvantaged students, targeting key subjects including maths and English. Mr. Deputy Speaker, when Labour was last trusted with education, we fell down the International League table for school performance, meaning pupils were not receiving the education they deserved between 2000 and 2009. England fell from 7th to 25th in reading and 8th to 28th in maths. We will take no lecture from Labour and the members opposite, who spent the past year equivocating on whether students should even be back in the classroom and oversaw a decline in school performance when they were last trusted with children's education. Furthermore, Labour has proven to care about education when it's politically expedient, with the Shadow Secretary of State having to apologise for describing the pandemic as a good crisis for Labour to create a political opportunity out of. This is Labour's behaviour as opportunism of the worst kind, and when we had a real chance to debate education spending in last year's estimates debate, not a single Labour member other than the Shadow Minister spoke. Lastly, as we deliver on our promise to level up education, we're investing record amounts into schools, including giving every pupil a funding boost for our £14.4 billion investment. So can my right honourable friend assure me that the money we are investing will provide schools in my constituency with the funding they need to support students most in need?